D'Lo 404 Boxing and More. I'm gonna make this one real quick. I actually wanted to put this in my last video, and actually slipped my mind, so I'm gonna say this right quick. Hey, guys, if you want to debate somebody on a topic, whether that's coming to their video or coming at them in the comment section of someone else's video, that's all well and fine. You know, it is what it is. But what I'll say on my own behalf is, don't come at me trying to debate me on some point, and then if I'm disagreeing with you on that point, whether you're trying to tell me that water's wet and I'm telling you no it's not, don't then come back telling me how you're some geothermic scientist from the future and you came back to, you know what I'm saying, educate people on water. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And my point is this. You know, if I don't agree with what you're saying, I don't agree with what you're saying. Just like if you don't agree with what I'm saying, you just don't agree. Okay? You coming back then trying to tell me that you're a boxing expert and that you've been watching boxing since the John L. Sullivan days or whatever it may be, isn't going to change my mind. You're not going to one-up me because you come in and say that, hey, I've been watching boxing longer than you, or I've been watching boxing X amount of years and I'm a boxing expert. What I say to that is the same thing I say about a lot of things. And I'll give an example. LeBron James likes to say that he's the best basketball player in the world, on the planet. LeBron James has come out as of recent to say that he is the greatest basketball player of all time. Okay? That is not for him to say. You know what I'm saying? From my vantage point, I feel like when you are something, no matter what that is, when you're great at something, good at something, the best at something, others will let you know. Others will speak for you. You know what I'm saying? The only person that I can recall who that worked for was Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali made it very hard to argue that point, to argue against that point. But what I will say is when he first announced himself as the greatest, he wasn't the greatest. But he put in that body of work over time that made it really hard for us as boxing fans, even all these years later, to say that, hey, he was crazy to think he was the greatest. You know, it's hard to disagree with him. You know, now there are people out there who think otherwise, and I wouldn't dare say that they're crazy for thinking otherwise, because that's their opinion, and there are valid arguments for other guys to be in consideration in that conversation. But to get back to my point, if you are a thing, whatever that is, you know what I'm saying, or if you are whatever you in your mind think you are, if you have to announce it to everyone else, you probably aren't what you think you are. You know what I'm saying? If you think you're a genius and you're constantly having to announce that you're a genius, you're probably not a genius. You know, like Kanye West. You know, you're probably not. So, to the guy who in the comment section felt the need to let me know that he was an expert, a boxing expert, and that he'd been watching boxing since the 60s, even though through our back and forth debate, I felt like I was debating with a teenager. Even if that is true, that he's been watching boxing since the 60s, even if it is true that he feels that he is a boxing expert, when you come out and tell me that you're a boxing expert, I typically it typically causes me to lose a little bit of respect for you as a boxing fan. You know, I know guys, and I interact with guys on YouTube that I feel like have a plethora of boxing knowledge. All of those guys, if someone else called them a boxing expert, they would correct them and say, no, I'm not an expert. I have a good memory. Or no, I'm not an expert. I just been watching boxing a long time. No, I'm not an expert. I just know a good little bit about this particular subject. You know. So again, when you come to me saying you're an expert at boxing, you're a boxing expert, I'm gonna be more inclined to believe that you don't know shit about boxing. And that's just the way I am. Especially when you're telling me that Deontay Wilder is ducking Dominic Breazeale, and that Dominic Breazeale is gonna knock Deontay Wilder out in short order, or at all. To be honest, you're saying that. I mean, that you saying you're a boxing expert doesn't validate your standpoint. Not to me, it doesn't. But that's all I'm gonna say on the topic. I think I've given this guy a little bit too much of my time. But I just felt like I had to say this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the LDBC, to my subscribers. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Haven't subscribed to the channel, I ask that you please subscribe, like, share, and comment if you want to. Again, D-Lo 404 Boxing and More. That's my video. I'm out.